Yo, guys, welcome back to the Famous Chili Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all of our socials on at Famous Chili Pod. And guys, the playoffs are going on right now for the NFL, and I just have one thing to say. How about them Cowboys?
How about
How
them
about that
Cowboys?
Cowboys, bro? Oh my God.
It's that time of year, man. Everyone knows about the cycle. It's been going on for what, like 10, 11 years now.
25
They're
years.
on the
playoffs.
25 years, bro. They're on the do good in the regular season, choke in the playoffs part of the cycle. They're about to do it all over again next year.
It's
And the best way
actually
to
crazy.
and the best music to kind of go off that is Stephen A's parody, the cowboy. You know that cowboy song he has or no?
No.
It's so
No,
funny. You guys have to
unaware.
listen to it. It's actually hilarious.
We'll
It's
play it
just a
over this right
compilation
now.
of- It's a compilation of all of his takes, and it's like its own like beat to it, and it's like so cool.
Oh, that's cool that he has his own compilation, man.
Compilation.
Oh, fuck.
Compile, man.
Uh,
Yo guys, we just want to take a little break from today's video to thank our sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is here to help you buy tickets in the easiest way possible. All you have to do is just download the SeatGeek app and SeatGeek will help you find affordable tickets to all your favorite events. Maybe you want to go see Lil TJ perform live, or you want to go see Nishk Patel on his Fast and Loose comedy tour. SeatGeek has got you covered. And it's so simple. All you have to do is just download the SeatGeek app and start searching. SeatGeek will filter through hundreds of different tickets to help you find the best deals. And remember, green means good and red means bad. And on top of that, SeatGeek will also let you see the view of your seats before you even purchase them, so you know exactly what you're getting. So if you're interested in getting the best deals on tickets to your favorite events, download the SeatGeek app from the link in our description and use our code FAMOUSCHILI for $20 off your first purchase. Thanks, SeatGeek, and let's get back to the video.
So let's go through all the games of the wild card weekend. We just wrapped it up today. First, we had Houston versus Cleveland, and oh my God, CJ Stroud looked amazing. I cannot.
Dude.
You can't like stress it more. He looked really good. Like you cannot tell this was a rookie quarterback playing in that game.
If
I
they
agree.
weren't playing
I think-
Baltimore next week, it'd be like I think they could make it much further. But Baltimore is just too good of a team.
More rounds.
So that's
I mean, we'll
what everyone
see. I don't
thinks,
know.
man. That's the thing. So there's been teams that have come in as like the last seed and have gone on insane runs. Because when you have momentum in the playoffs, bro, like there's a difference. The Ravens have not played in 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a big difference in momentum versus not playing. Like, first of all, they didn't even play Lamar in week 18. So
Mhm.
Lamar's been sitting for 3 weeks now,
Yeah.
which is a long time without any in-game experience. CJ Stroud is hot. He's been hot all season. They're coming off a huge victory. It's going to be an interesting game for sure.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Definitely.
The game was just all offense to start off with, like Houston,
Yeah.
Cleveland, and honestly, like, dude, the game's just so much better that way. Like, when defense is fun to see, like a good pick six is like the defense ended up coming in clutch for the Texans. They kind of won it for them in the end. They're the ones who like set it apart so that it actually was a blowout. Because
Yeah.
2 back-to-back pick sixes, like if you hear in this game there's gonna be 2 pick sixes, you would think it's from the number 1 ranked defense in the league, but no,
No.
it somehow is from the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
I think
Also,
kind of-
they were. No, you got it. You
You
got
got
it.
No, I was gonna say basically like with Joe Flacco, I think he kind of came back to earth. That lightning in the bottle kind of went away, right? When the thing with him is right, like when you know you have a good defense, it's typically what happened in 2011. You know you have a good defense, you're gonna take more risks. And the fact is, Joe Flacco did that. This time it didn't pan out. Too bad it was a knockout game in which they lost. But I think it's great, in my opinion. I think it was good the Browns lost because if they won, I think this would have been a Carson Wentz type situation with Deshaun Watson. And I think Deshaun Watson's
Ooh.
talent is better, and I think the fact that his confidence would have been stuck and like terrible, like it would just be terrible, and next year would have been a bad situation, even if Joe Flacco stayed. So I think
Is
was a
it the
great
same
kind of
situation, though?
kind of.
Is
I mean,
it?
the thing, yeah, I'd say so.
There's a
because-
big difference in salary right here, bro. You are not benching the man who you are paying $285 million, bro.
Carson
Your
Wentz
fan
got a
base will
deal.
never.
Carson Wentz got a deal. He
Not
He
to
got a
that
deal.
caliber.
well
Not
at
to
the
that
time it was the
caliber.
highest paid. At the time, he was the highest paid player in NFL history.
Was he?
I don't believe he was.
No, he was 5-year, 125 million. Tell me a person at that time who had more. He was at an
Let's
MVP
find
caliber
out.
level. He was literally
Wow.
he was the highest paid player. Maybe for a short period of time, but he was. Because I think Dak got it after. But yeah,
Yeah,
How
while he's
about the
looking for
second
that,
game,
Nish,
guys?
what are
What
your
you
thoughts
guys
on
got?
that?
Or Nish,
No, I was just
what
gonna
you want
say,
to
like
say?
in general for this wild card round, there were a lot of games where you could tell right off the bat which team was, or at least by like half, where you could tell which team was gonna take it. This game, Dolphins, Chiefs, Steelers, Bills. I felt like
Mm,
for a lot of those, you could like predict the outcome pretty quickly. But I don't know. We'll see how a lot of these pan out in the next divisional round, and we'll.
yeah. I guess the one right after that, we had Kansas City versus Miami Dolphins. And oh my
Blowout.
God. Like, I'm not going to lie. I kind of expected this just because this is a tough game for Miami. Like, Miami,
Yeah.
they're kind of found, they're a little bit on fraud watch, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, when you go from being in what, like 78-degree weather to playing in the coldest game, I don't expect them to do well, man. And
Yeah.
somehow Patrick Mahomes, even with the shitty receiving core he has right now, managed to pull through with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I
mean,
think. Yeah. No, I think. I don't even think. I think they kind of what they did was they kind of
Whatever.
deviated away from what they did in the regular season, and they kind of built up more schemes and better schemes in the postseason. And then what that kind of did was essentially benefit them because Dolphins were not seeing that on film. And just to kind of add, Ari, based on what you were saying with the fraud stuff, like they're just not good away. Like they're basically almost all their
Mhm.
wins are at home, right? And so factor that in. Factor obviously the terrible conditions of the kind of game, and I think it just all led to the Dolphins just collapsing. And I don't know. What I think Tua should get extended, but I think
Oh,
it's
for sure.
I don't know what they have to do better because they also had a lot of defensive injuries that game. And I know typical
Mhm.
Patriots fans like to complain about injuries, but this was a true like
Okay. Speaking of
uh,
frauds,
significant-
let's talk about a fraud that we already have on our podcast, Mr. Prem Johnny himself. Highest paid quarterback in 2019 was Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson on an average $35 million a year. Carson Wentz at 32, he was ranked 5th. So get your facts right before you
he did
come after
not.
my Patriots.
First of
Before
all,
you
that
come
is
after my
so
Patriots.
wrong. That is so
First
wrong
of
on
all,
so many levels.
see
All
ya,
right,
buddy.
first of all,
Prem.
shut
Rishi
your
Rishi
bitch
has
ass
his source.
Shut your bitch ass up, okay? They went to the playoffs in 2017, you fucking fuck. Okay? They went to the playoffs in 2017.
Bro ran out of words.
Bro, they went to the playoffs in 2017. He got extended right after that. What are you talking about?
You said he got extended in 2019. I'm
No,
looking
I
at
didn't. I
highest
said he
paid
got
quarterbacks in
extended.
2019.
No, I didn't. What I said was he got extended that season when he went down with the
Okay.
injury and Foles got
So
in,
we're looking
and then
at
he had
2017.
Preston.
So what year was
Small.
that? What year was
Same
that?
Shit. I thought it was either
What year was it?
2017 or 2018.
So you
2017
don't
or
even know.
2018. It was
So
that
you
time.
don't
It
even
was
know.
either before the 2017 season or after the 2017 season.
Okay. Let me
Shut the
just
fuck up.
search this up right now. Joe Flacco.
Respectively.
Okay. Joe Flacco, 25 million.
There wasn't much
Where
respect in the double
is
that double F
Carson
bomb.
Wentz on this list. I'm not really seeing. Yeah, I'm
What are
missing
you,
Carson
bro?
Wentz here.
Wow, nowhere to be found.
I still don't see a Carson Wentz here.
A little suspicious.
Carson Wentz, 6 million though. It must be
Okay.
pre-contract. Must be
6
pre-contract.
million.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I know he got a big contract. But
Yeah.
That website's also on Fraud Wash now.
10 highest paid quarterbacks for the 2018 football season. Number 1 was Jimmy Garoppolo.
What?
Yeah,
That's
Jimmy
my bad,
G
guys.
got like
Hold up.
128.
He signed his deal
Oh.
in 2019. So it was so the Super Bowl was in 2018 when they won the Super Bowl, and he signed it in 2018.
Right.
Bro's just going through all the years
Still-
now, man.
No.
Still
So I
was
was
not
No,
still
it was.
right.
Oh wait,
I
it was
still
16,
right.
17, 18.
Yeah, you
I was still
fucking
right.
folk.
I
He's
was
still
still
not the
right.
highest paid
I
quarterback
was
in
still
that
right.
year.
He-
I'm
he was-
looking at it right now.
but he was still paid really high, bro. And
And you said he was the highest.
yeah, you're right.
He
You're right.
was
Fine,
the
he wasn't, but he
highest.
still got paid, and the expectations were there.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
fair,
that's
but that's
basically
not
what.
what you
That's
said.
all I wanted to say.
I'll
You just turned it.
Dude, that was the longest
Next
job.
question, bro. Next question. We're wasting
Alright.
time. Next question.
Yeah. So playoff Mahomes to wrap up that game. Patrick Mahomes, playoff Pat is back, I guess. We always say this every year. Like Chiefs, you can't rule them out once they're in the playoffs. Like regular season, I don't care how bad they play. The second you're in the playoffs, it's a different game. And now Tyreek Hill's back home already playing Fortnite on TikTok Live. So
No, but
Dude, Tyreek is actually like a kid. When you watch these like videos of him playing Fortnite and like
I love it though.
he's
That's
such
so
a child
nice.
at heart. He's such a child at heart. It's like
Bless you.
beautiful
Yeah.
to see.
Dude, he
Yeah.
gets to be, bro. If you're making that much money, $120 million, you can be whatever the hell you want to be.
Dude, he did
But
a
dude-
GQ interview, and one of his like top 10 things he keeps with him at all times is like a Nerf gun. Like,
Oh my
that's the
god.
type of,
Yeah.
that's the type of guy he is. Yeah.
Wow.
So the question is, do you guys actually think Tua should be re-signed here? Like, genuinely
Yeah.
think he should
Yes.
be
Yeah.
re-signed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you
He's
think
not the
he is a
problem.
long-term
Yeah.
solution for this team?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Him and
Yeah,
McDaniel,
'cause you look at
have
it-
worked well, and they've shown that they're really productive for the last 2 years.
See, they're on
I
fraud
think they
alert,
sh-
but they're on fraud
Yeah.
alert, but I don't see them as a bad team.
Dude,
They
the
didn't
fraud
have.
is-
They only had
the
one win
reason-
against.
No, but the reason they're frauds is because their roster's so good and they're not playing up to it, right?
Ted
And that's
Bassani,
not
yeah.
necessarily Tua's fault because Tua's been balling. It's the injuries. I'm telling you, Waddle was out,
Yeah.
right? Their entire defense was out.
Did
Mhm.
Waddle not play that game?
I don't think so.
Waddle played.
No, I think Waddle was
I
in.
swear Waddle played.
Yeah,
Waddle
Waddle
played.
played. Waddle played. I
Waddle
thought.
played that game. The injuries were more on the defensive side of the ball,
Yeah.
which doesn't really affect the offense. But my main concern, I'm not discounting out Tua because you guys remember me talking about Mike McDaniel and Tua earlier in the season. I said
Right,
credits
exactly.
due, like they deserve all that stuff because they're amazing.
Yeah.
But still,
Right.
Tua's too inconsistent, man. He's way too inconsistent when they really need him to play well. Okay, biggest game of his career, this game against the Chiefs, and he is throwing balls left and right. And they are so inaccurate. They are some of the most inaccurate balls I've seen Tua thrown. And obviously, one game can
But
just be an
They're
outlier.
Used to, they're
Yeah,
used to
dude.
Miami conditions, bro.
Dude, there's two things. This one
That-
game
that
could be.
cannot
It
be
could be.
an excuse.
It could. Yeah,
That
it's
cannot
like,
be your excuse.
dude, come on.
What?
What was the temperature? And what temperature do they normally play in? They're normally
Dude,
sweating
you have to
bullets.
They're
understand.
playing in like an 80 degrees difference to what they're used to.
Literally, bro.
This
Yeah.
is the NFL. Welcome to the NFL. If you're gonna
Yeah,
cry
okay.
about it, then that sucks.
No, it's
That's
not-
why
it's
you
not.
lose. You
Go to the
prepare
XFL.
for these moments.
Go to the XFL.
Rishi, you should have played, man.
You
You should
prepare
have
for
played.
these
You would
games.
not have thrown the ball
this
well,
is
man.
this is the issue. No matter what, if you have a QB who's practicing every single week at home in 80-degree weather, you go and play in negative like 30-degree wind conditions, you're gonna do bad. Like there's no
Like,
you can
no,
train.
those-
You
I
can only
remember
train
this-
so much
you-
for
wait.
that.
Thing is, though, that is part of
Rishi,
it.
you
That is
are-
part of the
you-
game.
You are Rishi. You should be thinking about in this case, right? When Patriots and Bills, I don't know if it was this year or last year, Patriots and Bills played. Josh Allen threw like 6 passes the whole game because the wind conditions were terrible. It's the same shit here.
But it wasn't the win this time. You know what it was? Actually, I guess the win was a factor in that. But then tell me why Patrick Mahomes first 2 plays of the game.
Because he's way more used to it, his conditions. His average conditions he plays in are so much closer in that specific game than Tua in
Right.
Miami.
Right. And obviously
Right.
that gives him a slight advantage, but it should not be to the point where Tua is absolutely bricked. Like he is playing like some of the worst
you're
quarterback
just
play I've
discounting.
seen.
You're,
in a
you're
while.
discounting
I'm
the
not.
last 2 years. If you're not
Am
giving
I?
him a contract, you're discounting the last 2 years, then, right?
Am I? How much
Yes.
did they even go to the AFC Championship in the last 2 years? So-called generational talent in Tua Tagovailoa. There's a reason his nickname is Tua Turn the Ball Over, because he is an inconsistent quarterback who does not rise up to the occasion in tough situations. Sure, he can beat the Denver Broncos 70-20, but when he comes in stepping into prime New England, bro, he ain't beating our team. I promise.
Yeah,
you
Nish
that much.
conveniently
God.
wasn't a Broncos fan for that one.
Nish, stop shaking your head, bro. You're one of the
Conveniently
Broncos
wasn't a
fans I've
Broncos
ever
fan.
Hey, I joined in right after that. I saw that loss and I was like, nah,
He's
like,
like,
they
I can
need
only
me.
go
They
up
need
from
me.
there.
I'm gonna stick
They
with
need
them
me.
He
through
bought
it.
the dip. He bought the dip.
I got it,
guys.
coach.
He bought
Put me
the
in.
I bought the dip. And
dip. He
won.
bought the dip, bro.
I bought the dip and we
Diamond
went
hands.
5-1.
All right, what was the next
Yeah.
matchup, Ari?
Next matchup for the AFC to wrap out the AFC wildcard round, we had today Bills
Steelers.
This was the one easy game that there
Yeah.
should have been no question, but
Yeah.
at the end it still almost went the other way. But this
Yeah.
this one, no question. I don't think we really
Huge
even need to talk
controversial
about it.
call at the end, though. A huge, I don't know if you guys saw the game.
What
But there
happened?
was a very big non-call. There was a holding on the
Holding
defense,
call,
which wasn't
yeah.
called a holding. So there was I think it was 4th and 3. Their game on the line. Steelers are down by 2 touchdowns. There's like 5 minutes left or so. Mason Rudolph throws a ball down to George Pickens in the middle, but he's tackled before the ball even reaches his hand. B, he was held while he was breaking out of his route. The refs didn't call anything, and you can see George Pickens visibly angry. He talked to the media. He's like it's hard to play against the Bills and the refs throughout this whole game because that play could have been the difference of them actually giving a chance of coming back. Regardless, it should have been the Bills' easy win. Like no one was counting out the Bills in this game, to be honest. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's 7-2. It's the 7th seed and 2nd seed. Like it was gonna go to the Bills
I mean,
regardless.
one other
Yeah.
thing. One other thing-
Well, we saw that it wasn't always the case.
That's not always the
we
case.
saw that
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
always the
seven
case.
Okay,
Bengals,
I
the
mean-
7 seed
Yeah.
Bengals.
So with that, let's
No,
go
no, no,
on to the
before that,
NFC.
Wait. Before that, before we go to the NFC, I think the biggest story of the game? Are you good, Hrishi?
the Eagles are cooked.
Oh wow, another
Oh,
touchdown.
my
what
Eagles.
happened?
Another
Goodbye,
Oh
touchdown.
my god.
23-yard
32-9.
touchdown to Chris Godwin. It is
Oh my God.
32-9 now.
Guys, for context, we're recording this Monday night during the Eagles-Buccaneers game, so we're going to find out the winner live here in a few
Well,
It's
we
minutes.
fourth
already
quarter
found
with
out.
5 minutes.
Yep, there's
We
about
5
5
minutes
minutes
left.
left. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
okay,
find
okay,
out.
okay.
It's over.
Who do you,
Wow, so
guys, who do you
Cowboys
think is gonna
and
win this
Eagles,
game?
But no, but all right, before we kind of wrap up the Steelers Bills, I did want to say I think the biggest storyline out of this game, because Ari mentioned that this is pretty much expected that the Bills were going to win. I think the biggest kind of storyline was Mike Tomlin, when asked if he was going to stay or leave, just walked off the podium.
He's
Oh,
off now.
really?
What do you guys?
Yeah,
what do you
big
guys think? Do you guys think Tomlin will stay or leave?
It's not up to him. It really isn't up to him anymore. To be honest, you can't discredit the 25 winning seasons in a row now.
19 or
Like it's hard to
something.
move past that. Yeah, whatever it is. But I mean,
He's a
he
great
doesn't
coach, man.
He doesn't show up in the playoffs. That when it really matters. Once again, you
But
just
look at
get-
his team, man. This
Bro,
team
what
shouldn't
are
even
you
be in the
reaching, bro?
playoffs.
His
Yeah.
fucking credibility is so shot. Like it's crazy.
Relax. You guys are
Like,
taking
what
out
are
of
you
context.
saying,
I'm
bro?
talking in terms of the last 20 years. Yes, he's always had a winning record, but have they done well in the playoffs? Yes or no?
It's two Super Bowls.
In the last
I'd say
20
it's done
years,
well.
yes.
Yeah,
In the last
hell
20
yeah.
years, yes.
20 years.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Did they even win a Super Bowl?
What? They've won two. What are you talking
Rishi.
about?
There's like a
This is in
dynasty,
our
bro.
lifetime. This is our lifetime, bro.
They've won two and they've went to three.
The
They
past
lost
20
to the
ye's, Rishi's
Packers.
just been looking at the Patriots, bro. He's
Literally,
like,
bro.
Yeah, I know.
he's
Like,
narrowed in. No other teams
Rishi
are good
just
for the
so
Patriots.
accustomed. Rishi just so Patriots coded that now anytime a team doesn't go to Super Bowl every other year, he's like, bro, they didn't even do shit this century.
They didn't go. They didn't do
Oh,
anything.
Okay.
They
This
went to three
Loki
Super Bowls.
predates me watching football. I'm not gonna lie. This is 2006, 2009.
But you should still, it's history, bro. You should know that.
You said 20 years. You said 20 years.
That's 20 years, man.
That's
Fair
in
enough.
range.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay,
Okay.
fine.
But yeah.
that changes my opinion. I don't think they should get
Thank
rid of Mike Tomlin. To be honest.
Thank you.
I think he should go though. I think he's a great coach, but I think his time with the Steelers is unfortunately over. I would love for him to be able to stay his whole career on the Steelers, but I
think-
don't think he'll win there. I
Do you
think
think
he
it-
should take his talent to another team
Okay.
because
No,
he's
I
still
think-
too good of a coach to let it be wasted on this shit
think-
of a Steelers team.
No, I think what should happen is I think he should stay only and if only he gets GM responsibilities. And I know that might not happen, but the reason is the reason his teams we all could all agree that he's the reason why they have a winning record every year. But I'm not gonna say like he chokes, but what I will say to what Rishi, I think maybe I don't know, like this might be what Rishi was saying, but they just don't have a plan when they get to the playoffs, right? Because they so barely get there every single year that they're on this like treadmill of mediocrity, right? In which they're constantly getting 10-7, 10-8, 9-8. So they're always in the middle of the pack when it comes to drafts. So you don't develop talent well, right? And they can't get talent. And then the GM doesn't go out and make aggressive trades, right? So what really is their plan right now? Because there is none. So I think with Tomlin really boots on the ground, right? Constantly on the field talking to players because he is a player's coach. I think he should take GM responsibilities and really just go for it all.
That's a
I
good way
agree
of
for
saying
that.
it.
If he is going to stay on the Steelers, I think they should do that. I think that's just a courtesy to do it for him after
Yeah.
all he's done for that team. But I mean, we can expand on this a little bit more because a lot of stuff happened with coaches in this last week that we can talk about later. But let's move on to the NFC. Nishk, you said, second seed has to beat the 7th seed.
Well, it wasn't that. It was the Bills Steelers.
Always happens.
Always
doesn't it?
have to.
Always
Always have to, huh? Well, that's not the case when you are the Dallas Cowboys, of course. So this game, oh my god, I don't think I've ever been so happy watching a game, man.
I was shocked.
I've never been so
I think
happy.
the Cowboys had a chance to really go to the NFC Championship and make a true run because they had home court advantage until the Niners game, or like supposedly, and they choked so bad.
This
pick
was
six,
their year.
interception.
16-0 at home. 16-0 at home in the last
And there's a
16
stat-
games.
There's a stat that says the Packers have more wins at AT&T Stadium than the Cowboys
the
have
Cowboys do
playoff
in
wins
the playoffs.
in the last
they have
25
three.
my
The Cowboys
God.
have two.
That's
in the
crazy.
last
Packers just have
25
the
games.
number. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Packers just have the
Yeah.
Cowboys number somehow every time.
Dude, can
And,
we
like,
talk about the Packers' ability to develop quarterbacks? Like the
Oh,
Packers
my
went
God.
from Brett
Good
Favre
point.
to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. This is like something
God.
that the NFL needs to take note on because the NFL are just throwing their rookie quarterbacks in there
100%.
with no
That's a
experience.
great point.
Obviously, there's outliers to that. There's CJ Stroud, right? There's CJ Stroud is a
Mhm.
big outlier. There's been like Lamar, another big
Yeah.
outlier. Like played
Lamar
well.
sat though.
Pretty-
Lamar sat for like half a
he
season.
sat for
under
a little
Flacco.
bit, but he still
Yeah,
played.
yeah.
That's the thing,
That's
right?
true.
Like you let them sit, develop, and learn, and look what happens, bro. No
Exactly.
one thought Jordan Love was shit, and now everyone's he's the only thing people can talk about because now he's actually
Yep.
doing what everyone wanted
Dude,
him
think
to
about
do.
it, man. Aaron Rodgers sits under Brett Favre at the time, one of the best, if not the best quarterback of that time. Then he
Yeah.
comes out and is one of, if not the best of all time. Then
One
now
of.
Jordan Love sits. Yeah, I said one of. I specifically said that for you. And then you let Jordan Love now sit under Aaron Rodgers. This is just what happens. I don't know why more teams
Dude,
don't
there are
take note
case-
of this.
there
And
are
I guess
case
some teams
studies.
just aren't in a spot where they can do it. Because like look at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the same thing. Alex Smith.
Sat under Alex
Yep.
Smith, exactly.
Yep. But I think
It's
it's also Love developed this year as well, right? Like in the beginning, he was fine, like he was good, I think, like decent, and then in the middle of the season, he was bad. Like he started playing really bad. They were like middle. I think they had a losing record at one point, and then like the last 9 games, he just flipped the switch, and now he's just on fire. And I think the Packers' future is looking bright.
Dude, they're just as a team, they're just so comfortable when they're playing. Like they're always on the same page. Like their receivers aren't like all these like big name like huge play receivers. These are like pretty low
Interchangeable
draft
guys.
picks. Pretty like these are guys that like come and go. They're all wide receiver 3s on most teams. You know? And now you have this wide receiver corps which is going insane. Aaron Jones putting up 3 touchdowns
Oh
against the
my God.
Cowboys himself. Okay, it was just an impressive performance by the team overall. And credits to Matt LaFleur. I think he came up with a great game plan. I think what the real problem was is that Dak and CD were just on complete different planets this
Definitely.
game. Complete
And why do you think that's
different
the
planets.
case? I
They
think-
could not get anything going on offense until very late in the game.
No,
And
but I
even
think
then,
no, but
they were down by
think-
what 10?
Yeah, but I think Dak and
It was too
CD,
late.
that relationship, it all had to do with the coaching. They were completely unprepared. Dan Quinn, terrible coach right now. Like he's honestly had a great year, but this game might take him out of head coaching consideration because he had players
No, he should be
wide open. And then on offense, you just said it, bro. Their main combination of CD and Dak, not there at all. They're not even running the ball with Pollard. Like what the hell are they doing?
No.
Yeah.
Right.
That has been the most big. That's been the biggest disappointment.
And Packers
all
don't
season.
have a good run defense at all, so I don't know why they didn't take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens once again. Like once you the thing is, once they went up, like again, it's all about momentum. They had the momentum.
They
kept it
can't run
going,
then after that. Yeah.
and it's hard to beat that momentum after that. I mean, like
Yeah.
kudos to them, but this should have been Dallas's year.
Cowboys defense really screwed it up for them though, like just to wrap up that game, I guess. But like, dude, the Cowboys, like literally that Musgrave touchdown. Nobody's there. Nobody's there.
That's my point.
How are you letting him be that wide open? Like I just can't believe it. Like
I mean, the thing is, Cowboys were on fraud alert at the very start of the season as well because they had a losing record away.
but
They
they
hadn't
played
had
bad
a
teams.
single way.
They played
No,
bad
yeah,
teams.
I know, but I'm saying like people were still saying like they aren't playing to the standard they should be playing at, but they picked it up in the later half of the season and then they just sold again in the playoffs.
Yeah.
As we've seen before.
Next one.
All right,
As we've
then
seen
moving
before,
on
as we've
to the
seen
next
every
game.
year.
Moving on to the next game for the NFC wild card. This was a
favorite.
great game.
My
Detroit
favorite.
Lions versus the Rams. Oh my
The
god.
return,
Down to
the
a
return
point,
of
bro.
Matt
I
Stafford.
was in Ann Arbor, bro. This place was almost as electric as when we won the championship, bro. Like people were going ecstatic. Like
It's a
never
good
seen
year
this-
for Michigan.
It was just overall just bro like how like they're playoff deprived. They've never seen a playoff win in a long time. Dan Campbell was 15 years old the last time they won a playoff game. Like this was
Wow.
insane. The scenes were
Wonderful.
ridiculous. The fact that Jared Goff took revenge against the team that
The
exiled
revenge
him,
game.
that was
Oh
amazing.
my
The
Stafford was
revenge
happy
game.
as well. And I think and also like Ari said, it was just a great game. They're playing the numbers really well. I think the schemes were really good as well. The defense, just everything. It was just a holistic effort. I think the first drive where the Rams didn't convert into a touchdown ultimately ended up screwing them over. But I think overall
Right.
the Lions
Yeah.
won. It was a great game.
The NFL scriptwriters cook with this game. I will say
They
that.
actually
Yeah.
cooked so
Yeah,
hard. The
yeah,
return
yeah.
of Stafford, Goff versus his old team. They haven't won a playoff game since what, 1991?
It's insane.
Insane. But dude, how can you even hate? Dude, this team is insane.
They're
All
the,
around
they're the most
board.
fun team to watch. They're the most fun team to watch.
1-2 punch. Monty, Jameer Gibbs. They have an amazing receiver
great.
corps. Amon-Ra St.
Dude.
Brown, Jameson Williams. Probably one of the best tight end prospects, rookie tight end prospects right now that we're looking at doing amazing.
Yep.
Sam Laporta. Ari, I know you must be salty about dropping him early in the season, and thank you so much for that.
Rishi, did you
I
even
don't
end up
think
trading him or no?
No, you kept him.
No. So the thing was,
because you
the ingenious behind my thing was I had Mark Andrews on 2 teams, and in one league my backup was Sam Laporta. The second league my backup was Dalton Kincaid. So it worked out for me after Mark Andrews went down late in the season.
Oh, he went down. I
gonna
didn't know
lie.
that. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, but that game, I couldn't even see the ending, but it looked like they came back at the end because then everybody at school for some reason got fucking hacked. But so we were sorting that out as the game ended. But I checked back and they lost by 1 point, and that was just such a good game. And from the storyline to the actual game itself, you couldn't get a more perfect game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
Complete back and forth the entire time.
Yeah.
dude.
All right.
Can we just talk about Dan Campbell's balls, bro? Literally game on the line, and instead of running the clock. Instead
No,
of
I mean,
running the
if-
clock out, he decides to throw
Yeah, man.
to ice
Yeah.
the game, man. To ice the
Yeah.
game. This guy's been doing this all season. People call him
And-
crazy, but
And
look what
no,
they are
but
right
you
now.
know who did he give the ball to? He said Jared Goff, take us there, bro. And that's what McVay
Yeah.
lacked in Jared Goff. I think that was a beautiful moment when he
didn't believe in
executed on
Jared
that and they
Goff.
actually won.
He didn't
Thing
believe in
is,
us.
the beauty of this game
God.
was that. Oh, sorry, I heard you, man. God damn. No. The beauty of the game, though, was that literally it could have went either way, and people would have been happy because either way, it's a good
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Like
great
either
story.
way, it is a good story. There's a revenge game, no matter what, no matter who wins, it's revenge.
It's
But
revenge,
it's
yeah.
obviously a way better story for the Lions to
Yeah.
win.
You still
you
gotta
know.
lean the lines there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and now to wrap it up, the game that's going on right now,
No,
but
it's
it's
over.
it's
It's
done.
over.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. A
Very
minute
good.
left.
Buccaneers versus the Eagles. God, what can I say? I'm telling you, me and Hrishi and Nishk like talked to each other when they were in New York like the other day. They literally, I told them, I feel like I just had this funny feeling that the Eagles are gonna blow this somehow. I just
mean,
have
they've
this
been
weird
blowing it.
feeling.
It was
They've
really
been blowing it
obvious.
for weeks
was
now.
Really
Yeah.
obvious.
They've been blowing
But it's
it
the
for weeks now.
Buccaneers, man. It's the Buccaneers.
What?
Ooh,
Bro,
whoa, whoa,
Bucks
whoa,
have
whoa,
low key like been good, and the Eagles
Yeah.
have been falling off a cliff for the last 5 weeks. I think
That's
it's
the
really
that's the
obvious.
problem. Eagles
it.
have just been doing shit.
Dude, explain to me how you have the goddamn Avengers and still manage to lose all these games. It doesn't make sense. Get rid of
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni. Please get rid of Nick
Oh
Sirianni.
my
No,
God.
you can't.
It's
you can't,
damn
you can't.
needed. It is
Yeah.
needed at this point. You are looking at probably one of the single greatest rosters we've seen in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
All
And to
around.
the wild card round, the wild card round,
It's just sad. It's sad.
to
It,
the,
sh-
to
it
the-
shows
to
that
the
the coaching
NFC
is off.
South division leader. Like
You know what the
you
problem?
shouldn't be
was,
losing
though,
to that
is
fucking
they
division
had-
in the first
no,
place.
They had problems. They had problems during the regular season that they never fixed because they were winning. And what ended up happening was those problems.
But those
came to light,
that's the
and then
thing. Those
Ertz
wins
got
weren't even
injured,
like real
AJ
wins.
Brown got injured. A lot of key players got injured, and that kind of.
He disappeared.
Our partner here disappeared for a second. But
Basement
what I-
Wi-Fi's back.
yeah,
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like there's about a minute left in the game. Looks like this game's about to come to a close. So
Yeah,
it's over.
so
Crazy.
now looking over to the divisional round now, guys. Let's get our predictions in really
All right.
quickly because I just want to
Yeah.
I want to be able to look back at this next week and just know I was correct.
Are we doing?
So,
I thought we were
Okay,
doing playoffs.
so
Yeah.
so
Let's go one by one. Let's
hear
go
me
one by
out.
one.
We'll go through the division now. Hear me out real quick, right? I just want to say something. The NFL script has leaked. Okay, I'm telling you, I have the NFL script.
oh my
I have it. I own it. It's in my possession. I can't show it to you guys, but I'm going to tell you what was on it. Okay? Now, we all know that there's a very rabid fan base that came into the NFL this season, bringing a bunch of fans over to the NFL, new watchers. The NFL loves them, and that's the Swifties. The Swifties came into the NFL because of Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs. And look at that. Who just won their wild card game? The Kansas City Chiefs. Looks like they're on to the divisional round.
It's embarrassing.
And what other major musician fan base is there to trigger audiences and bring attention to the game, it's the stands. I'm telling you, Super Bowl final will end up being the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Detroit Lions because they want the Swifties versus the stands to come through. I'm telling you, they want Swifties versus stands. They want the Swifties versus the stands. I'm telling you right now, that is what's going to happen. And I'm sure you're all familiar with the Super Bowl color theory logo that's been going around recently. And what's that? They just released the alternate logo. What colors? Blue and red. Red for Chiefs, blue for the Lions.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you,
it's a dark blue.
It's a blue. It's just a blue, man. They want the Swifties and the stands to go through and fight each other out, man. I'm telling you, that's what they want.
Or it could be the Niners and Bills.
Nah.
Why not?
That sounds kind of boring.
Yeah, that sounds like ass, man. I want to see Taylor Swift versus Eminem come out there in the middle of the field, man. Like, how sick would that be? Like the two most like rabid fan bases in the world. Why would the NFL not want that? I'm telling you, that's what the script writers are doing.
Okay, so that's his pick. What I'm gonna say are the Niners, because I just think they're playing way too good, versus the Ravens. I think.
Wow, what a basic ass pick.
Well,
it's not like we all thought that was going to happen the whole season.
I don't care if it's basic. I just want to be right? So I'm definitely going with the Ravens just because I don't see Lamar. I mean, I kind of do see Lamar choking, but it's okay. I think he'll kind of take that monkey off his back and really, get to the.
What do you mean by that?
Like he has like a cloud over his head, like. All right, bro.
A monkey on his back?
Nish, go. What's your pick?
As basic as it is, I think it's going to be the Ravens and Niners as well. But,
wow, man.
I mean, I hated on you, but I'm also going to hate on myself for picking it.
Dude,
wow, what a
Again,
copycat.
I want to be right.
You
I want to be right.
You guys just don't like the storyline, right? We're talking about storylines here. What? There's no storyline.
This is the problem. This is the problem, Hrishi. They didn't get the script. I'm telling you, I got that sneak peek. Sneak peek.
Rishi's about to give you a different script.
I'm about to give you my version.
No. Hrishi, you got that like Tom Holland Marvel bullshit script that they give to the people who they think are gonna leak it. It's because they can't trust you, so they're like, oh, we'll give them the fake one.
If you get it right, I'm gonna give you $10.
Oh, thank you very much, man.
Okay,
you've heard it here first.
Before I give my big Super Bowl pick. Guys, everyone's forgetting about the storyline, right? The storyline starts with Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford losing to his former team, Jared Goff. As Trap House Sports would say, Jared motherfucking Goff, man, Goff. He is going to the damn Super Bowl, guys. And it's just hard that you think differently because they're already on an insane run. They have one of the best teams all around, a team that is so close and a coach that cares so much. It's going to be Lions Ravens in the Super Bowl. You heard it here, guys. Like it's a pretty simple pick. We all know what it's going to be. Brock Purdy is going to choke in the playoffs. Kyle Shanahan's team is not what you think it is. They are going to choke.
We kind of skipped there.
I can really see that. I can really see that happening, to be honest. But yeah,
we kind of skipped there to the Super Bowl itself. But for the conference championships, who do you think's going to end up there?
Division. Oh, okay.
Fine.
Let's take this through the divisional round.
Yeah,
so the first game we're gonna have on Saturday is gonna be the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens. Guys, drop your picks.
Ravens.
It's gonna be the Ravens, but it'd be cool.
I really
want
to say the Texans. Yeah,
it'd be cool to see the Texans.
I'm gonna say the Texans pull it out. I think there's just I don't know what it is. I really feel like Ravens are going to mess this up. I don't know what it is. I said this so many times throughout the season. This is the Ravens and the 49ers years to lose it. Like if they lose it, that's completely on them. Like, cause they have everything they need to make the Super Bowl this year.
Unless they play
for
each
both
other
sides
at that point. But
they're on. That's what I'm saying, to make the Super Bowl.
I'm not
because they've beaten all of the competitors who pose a threat to them by a landslide. But I don't know. I have this weird feeling the Texans.
Wouldn't that make it their year to win?
I want them to win. No. Meaning it's theirs to. You're not understanding. I'm saying
they have nothing to. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
No. I'm not saying they have nothing to lose. I'm saying it's theirs to lose. Like
Yeah.
You never heard people?
Yeah. There's no like they're at their ceiling. There's like they can
Yeah,
only
yeah.
go
It's
down.
theirs
Yeah,
to lose. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all for CJ Stroud winning it all, getting all the glory. But if you look at the Texans Browns game, a lot of the good defensive play was just bad offensive play by the
Right,
Browns,
from Joe
which
Flacco.
led to which from Joe Flacco, which has led to a lot
Yeah.
of defensive success.
And the
Which will
Ravens
not
aren't gonna
happen with
happen.
Lamar. Yeah, which
Yeah.
will not
Yeah,
happen.
that's not happening with the Ravens, man. I'm gonna be honest. Lamar is on a different level this season, not only as a runner but as a pocket passer. Like he has truly developed
Yeah.
into the actual dual threat quarterback, the best
Yeah.
dual threat quarterback we've seen since Mike Vick.
Yeah.
Really.
So Rishi,
you
take
gotta
us to
give
the
it
next
Ravens,
game.
man. All right, next game. I'm gonna keep it in the AFC. So we're gonna move on to Sunday, right? This is probably one of the most anticipated games this year, right? The return of the Bills versus the Chiefs.
Yep.
Except this time, Mahomes is coming all the way to Highmark Stadium. The first time we're about to see Mahomes play a road playoff game. Who do you guys think is coming out in this one?
I think it's the Chiefs. I would love Josh Allen to win this. You guys know I like Josh Allen. I know you guys aren't the biggest fans of him, but I love to watch him play. I've always said I want the Bills to go to the Super Bowl with this team, and I think this is honestly might be their last chance. But I don't think they do it. The Chiefs just have the Bills' number when it comes to the playoffs. We see this matchup every year. I think the Chiefs just take it again.
All right, Nishk, what do you think?
Give me a second. I just tried signing up for a course. It got filled. I'm warning you guys this might happen.
I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I agree with Ari. I think the difference is though is that I think Chiefs and Bills played this year, and Bills beat them in the beginning, and I think Chiefs are gonna kind of come back and really kind of improve upon what they did wrong, and also Bills. I think they're both hampered this year, right? I think like the last couple of years when they've played, they've kind of been the two premier teams in the AFC. I think this year's really not like that, but I do think that I think they'll be fine. I think Chiefs will win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
I agree.
I'm gonna go the same. I just think that you can't count out Mahomes in the playoffs. Last year, Super Bowl played off with the ankle injury. Like he doesn't stop in the playoffs, and I don't think he's gonna stop here.
Yeah, it's hard to count on Mahomes, and I just don't think Josh Allen is playing the highest caliber playoff football we've seen in a while. So you got to give that one to the Chiefs. All right. Anyways, boys, moving on to the NFC. Saturday night, we have the Packers versus the 49ers. Who is winning this game?
Oof. It's got to be the 49ers. It's got to be. As much as I would love my second favorite team, the Green Bay Packers, to come through and take this, this is, like I said, 49ers years to lose. It's theirs to lose, but
I mean, Niners are my Super Bowl pick, and like Ari said, I hate for my second favorite team to lose, but Niners for sure. Go Niners.
Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Just to interrupt, I'm just watching Jason Kelsey walk off really sadly after losing this game.
Oh, no!
Yeah, it's just so sad to see because
Is it confirmed it's his last year?
I don't know.
Is it confirmed yet?
I hope not. I hope not.
That's the thing. If they're not a bad team. They're a great team. They just need that one shot again. They just need to make it to the Super Bowl again.
Nah, bro, I'm an Eagles.
No.
If you want a ring, it's fine.
Fuck that.
Is it Eagles? Eagles. But
he won a ring and he went to the Super Bowl last year. He's fine. He's chill.
Yeah, that's true.
Nishk, going back to the picks, Packers or Niners?
As much as it would be cool to see another upset, I don't think it's going to happen. I think the 49ers are going to take it.
You guys are haters, man. You guys are Jordan Love haters.
Nah, I love Jordan Love, man. But you know what, man? This game really is. You know what this game really is?
Haters.
This game is capitalism versus communism, man.
Oh my
You
God,
have the literal gold miners versus the communist team in the Packers.
Is that what it means?
Crowd support?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, next.
Dude, the communist team. They are the communist team.
Next.
I'm picking the Packers, if anyone was wondering.
Really?
Over the 49ers. I think Jordan Love is playing with a chip on his shoulder. He has nothing to lose. I think he's playing great playoff football. I think they'll find a way.
But I have a question. Is that a choice from like your heart or like a logical choice? Like
all statistics say that the Niners should win this game. But I'm saying off a gut feeling, I think this is, like Ari said, it's their season to lose, and they're going to lose.
And that's the beauty of the game, man. If you're going just off stats, we know what the winner is.
What's
49ers are the favorites to win the entire league. So
Yeah.
I think
it's them.
I think that proves it, right? I think the fact that Hrishi just picked a team just shows that he's always wrong, and so I think the Niners are just gonna 100% win.
I mean, it's kind of boring if you go with the statistically right choice all the time.
Exactly,
You want to have
yeah.
some
I want to be
flair.
right.
Because if I end up being right, I am damn shoving this in your face every single day. You can
Yeah.
count
Please
on it.
do.
Prem, if you chose the statistically highest team to win this entire weekend, you would have lost a decent amount of these.
But I didn't. I chose a team that I want to win, and I think will win.
Oh, so it looks like you're not basing all your stuff off stats. I thought you wanted to be
I'm
right,
not.
man.
I'm not. I'm not.
Okay,
picking
How many
whatever,
upsets were there this week? Just
one.
2.
no, 2. Like
What was
Okay,
our-
by
yeah.
seeds,
No,
by
technically
seeds
the-
too, but
Technically,
like
the Bucks.
No, but I'm talking about by like
Bucks
by
is an
odds.
upset.
By odds, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Anyways, boys, the last playoff game is going to be the. Wait, did I already say that? Oh, I
No.
did.
No,
It's
no.
going to be the Lions versus the Buccaneers. This is a walk in the
Mm.
park.
Yeah.
Get Baker
really
Mayfield
so.
out of the year. What does he
Hey,
think?
Baker Mayfield off that Zin right now, man. I don't know.
That's
not
He's
happening.
upper decking, man. Upper deck. You got that upper decker set, man.
he just beat a shitty team, 32-9.
A
Like,
good
come on.
team in a shitty period.
Shitty team.
Yeah.
Like, let's be
yeah.
real here.
Yeah. Realistically, I think the Lions walk all over them. I think.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's still a good game, but I think we all are on the same page with that.
Yeah.
Does anybody think the Buccaneers are going to win that?
No.
I don't.
I think this is by far the most
Yeah.
lock of any of the divisional round games.
Oh,
I think so.
famous last words right now.
Yeah, yeah. That's what he said about Cowboys Packers.
Damn it, bro.
Anyways,
Well,
guys, comment down below if you agree with our picks. If you disagree, we're about to find out next week. It's about to be an
Well,
interesting
wait,
divisional round.
Rishi, what were your famous last words you said?
Like Nish
My
saying
famous
that this
words
is
is-
like the absolute
the lock.
of the week.
Oh,
Because now the Lions are going to lose because he said
Nah,
it.
yeah, because I said
Man,
it.
you're
I put
gonna
it
ruin
out.
the story. You're gonna ruin the Swifty
Yeah,
versus
absolutely.
Stan story,
Ruined the
man.
whole
Dude, the
story.
NFL's listening, bro. They're gonna like turn it against me now.
Dude, I just can't imagine if it actually ends up being like Lions Chiefs. Like the amount of like turmoil all of like Twitter will be in will be so funny to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah,
because they literally the glass frosted up in Taylor's suite, and they're like, "Oh, she can't watch the game." Like poor Taylor.
Oh my
Swift.
God.
Bro. It's like,
Man, this is why you gotta be like Eminem, man, down in the stands, roughing it with everybody, man.
roughing it in,
everybody
indoor,
up, man.
in the indoor
Yeah,
stadium.
man.
In the indoor
Yeah,
stadium.
man, roughing it out there, man.
Roughing the passer.
That was
What?
bro found one word in common and just said the rest of the sentence.
I heard roughing. That's the only thing I thought of.
all right,
Roughing the
guys.
passer.
I don't know if you guys saw this stuff, right? But earlier this week, there was some weird stuff happening in the air, right? So a lot of flight stuff's been happening recently. Like there's a bunch of shit I saw. Planes catching on fire, and then most recently, an Alaskan Airlines flight, the door just flew off of the plane mid-flight. Now, did you guys see this?
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they decided to offer a refund to the people on the plane, for their troubles. You would expect that, right? Like, oh my God, I can't believe you went through this traumatic experience. We're gonna pay you something, so that you're okay.
Sure.
Now tell me, if you are on a plane where you almost die, every person on that plane almost dies, they're traumatized for the rest of their lives, how much money are you expecting to get back? Like, don't think like what you're expecting, but how much would you want? How much do you think you deserve for that?
Yeah, at least $1 million if I'm risking my life. At least $1 million.
But see,
I'm
here's the
saying each
thing.
person
Here's the thing. Here's the
100K.
thing.
I'm saying like
Yeah,
100K.
200K, 200K.
100, 200K, somewhere around that is something I want.
I would say something around that as well, but like by the way that it works is like if it wasn't something that was caused by the airline, I don't think legally there should be required to pay anything. You know what I mean?
But it wasn't the airline. I'm sure it was Boeing, right? Or was it the
I'm
airline?
pretty
but
sure
they-
it was a problem with the plane itself, so it wouldn't be the
Yeah.
airline.
Yeah, that can't be the airline.
Well, no, then it would be the airline's fault.
But obviously, the airline is still responsible for anything that happens on their
Well, yeah.
aircraft,
If
so-
it's a manufacturer, like if it's an issue that Boeing has in its like design or manufacturing,
It
then
was.
yeah.
It was.
Okay.
It was a
Then-
problem with Boeing, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, then I think there should be a payout from Boeing, not the airline.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Mm.
See, the thing is,
Which
if it was an act
So
of
what was
God,
it, Ari?
No, go ahead. You can go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if it was like an act of God, then I don't think there necessarily needs to be a payout. I think it would be great if the airline did or if Boeing did. But if it was some issue that the airline didn't check something pre-flight checks and they failed on that, then I think the airline should be the one to pay. But if it is what you're saying, and if it's Boeing that has some design flaw in, I don't know what plane it was, probably an Airbus or something, then I think Boeing should be doing a big
747.
payout.
Ari, how much did they actually pay them? I'm sure you know.
So what did you guys say? Prem said like $1 million. Hrishi said 100K. Nishk, what did you say?
We all probably know it's like something in like the pennies on the dollar. But
What did you say? What was your guess?
Number.
What?
What was your what was the
payout?
amount that you would want?
100K,
Yeah.
100K,
What would you want?
100K,
What would you want? 100K?
Yeah.
They got $1,500. $1,500. They nearly
we
died.
that, right?
Traumatized for the rest of their life.
Expected.
1,000. Oh, sorry, my bad. And a refund on their seat. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
So I added like an extra $200 to that.
That's fucked.
Regardless, everyone expects that to happen. Like everyone knows, unless you actually go full on with the lawsuit, you're not getting 100K from the airline. They're giving you the bare minimum of what is required in a payout, and they're just trying to ease your minds with as little money as possible.
Dude,
Which
the
is
whole
so
travel
what's crazy?
industry is just
No, go ahead. Sorry. You good?
no. You finish.
I was gonna say there was a seat that I think got pulled out of the plane, but luckily no one was sitting there,
What
which is
the
a
hell,
crazy
bro?
thing.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
That's
Oh
what I
my
heard.
God.
I saw that, but I don't know if it was like a true statement. Again, I'm not the news, but I read that somewhere.
Here's
But if that's true,
here's another part.
that's crazy. That's
That is
insane.
insane.
Wow. Did you guys
Here's
also
another
see
part,
the?
right?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. You got it.
Dude, this online stuff, it kind of makes a little
Growing
bit
pains,
of a
man,
madness,
yeah.
man. It's a little bit of growing pains. Prem, you go ahead.
All right. So I was gonna say another thing that I heard, or I think was true, was basically this whole thing happened, right? And this one guy on the plane, I think this was a joke, but still, it's open up for debate, right? So like, if there's this one
That
guy,
time it
let's say
could
this
not-
is something that's actually
I think it's a
happened,
joke.
right?
I think it's a joke.
Oh my God.
Can you guys hear me?
You're back now.
All right. So I don't know if this was a joke or if this was real, right? But let's put this up for debate, which was basically there was a guy on the plane. Let's say that the doors kind of went off, right? Like was on the plane of the he was a passenger, and basically, oh my God, like they finally landed, whatever, they're safe.
Prem's gonna go through the stories faster so he can like get past like the buffering.
And he directly shorted the Boeing stock because he realized that these defects were going to come out. So do you think that's insider trading, or you don't think that's insider trading?
So
Okay.
Repeat the middle part.
Read
lost.
you got to cut out the entire thing.
Sorry. So basically, I don't know if this was real or a joke, right? But basically, this one guy, he was on the plane, and the plane landed, whatever, and he immediately bought puts, like put derivatives on Boeing stock because he knew that this was gonna come out.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
So-
smart.
So here's the thing, right? No one actually did this. This is just like a Reddit thread.
No,
Like,
that's
if
So,
I
fine.
did-
so
My
the Reddit
debate-
thread it
my
pretty much
debate-
just asks like,
my debate is, do you think that's insider trading, or do you think that's
Right.
valid?
yeah.
No,
So
I
the
think
guy
it's
on Wall
insider
Street
trading.
Bets literally just said, "Is it insider trading if I
Right.
bought Boeing puts while I'm inside the wrecked plane?"
Okay,
So
so like that's my point. So like,
I
what
think
do
it
you
is.
guys
I think
think?
it is.
Do you
No,
guys think
no.
it's
Not-
insider
it's not
trading, or
Why
insider
not?
trading.
It's more of like a
It's
you almost risk your life.
you're not working for the company.
yeah.
But I don't. Insider trading doesn't mean you work for the company.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I-
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It kinda
Insider trading
does.
is when you have
You have
information.
some
No,
sort
it's when
of-
you have non. No, it's when you have non-public information that
Yeah.
is affecting your decision on stock trading. And I think that's
Yeah.
that
How
should
do
be.
you define the
considered insider
public?
trading.
Because there's a whole plane full of people there.
No, but it's not public information yet. It's not
It's
public
not
information
disclosed
yet.
to investors.
It's not
but my
disclosed to
thing-
investors,
My
yeah.
my thing is like you almost risked your life, bro. Like
Yeah, but
your
okay,
life is
that's
at-
You can't use
that's-
that. You can't use that.
You can't use
Why
that.
not?
The idea is okay. Is it insider trading? Insider trading objectively, like what is it? And then is the
Yeah.
action insider trading? You can't say because
Like,
everyone should be allowed.
Say like the top secret like news about Apple's products being defective or something is like, or that they have a button that Apple is going to press and it explodes all of their iPhones. Say they have this news locked up inside some crazy vault with all the security. I risk my life to break into Apple's headquarters and pass through that vault, but I get that information. All of a sudden it's fine because I risk my life.
Well, that's
But-
different because
Oh,
you're
yeah,
going.
that's
You're like
so
you're
different.
actively going out of it,
You're
out of your way to
actively-
do
and
it.
That is
so purposeful.
100% insider trading.
That was the worst
That
example.
is definitively insider
World.
trading.
That was
Actually,
so
no,
that might have been.
No, that's not even insider trading. That's just a crime. Like that's
That's
just a
yeah,
straight
like,
up
breaking
just a
in,
straight,
like,
up,
what?
straight up breaking and entering.
I changed my answer from before because technically, if word got out, it was still by word of mouth and it wasn't public news yet. So that's technically insider trading. But the real question is, would they charge him with that? Like if he actually bought,
I don't think-
Boeing
I don't think they
puts,
would.
I don't
It's
think
hard
they
to
could.
determine that,
If
right?
it goes to a court, the jury will sympathize with somebody who just like had their
Well,
life at
almost
stake.
lost their life,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, and
Um,
I don't think it would cause a big enough issue in terms of like the amount he would win from like these derivatives that it would like
Yeah.
that even if it's like $500,000, like that's nothing
I'm
compared to
talking
the
about
insider
more
trading.
like the
honestly, it
principle of
should
it.
it should compensate him for the shitty compensation that Boeing gave him. You know?
Yeah, he actually low-key probably if he would have
like-
done that, he probably would have made more off those puts than
Yeah.
Boeing's payout, man. Like
He's like, hey
Literally,
guys,
yeah,
hey,
easily,
guys.
easily.
almost 3-4x, yeah.
They get off the plane and Boeing's like, hey guys, so we're not gonna tell the public yet, and we're not gonna pay you. So if you want to go put puts on this, that's what we're giving you.
Yeah, that's
That
their
information.
compensation. That's their
That's their
compensation.
compensation. We're letting you make the puts
Compensation
right
is
now.
letting you know. By the way, we are going down right now. If you couldn't tell, so like, dude, oh my god. I was thinking though, the whole like airline service industry is just such a mess right now. Have you any of you guys ever flown Ryanair?
No,
The
No,
fuck
I'm
is
not.
that?
Okay, so
Smaller.
Ryanair is like another version of like Spirit, Frontier kind of thing. It was like I think it's like the OG like version of that. Like it's been around for
Oh,
a
wow.
long time. They are known for having really cheap flights, right? And making it they want everybody to be able to just take a flight wherever. I think the CEO of Ryanair came out and said he wants to remove like the 3 or 4 back rows of the plane and
Oh,
make
and
it as
standing it
standing
up?
space.
Yeah.
Make it as standing space
Hmm.
for people to go on. He says, "I will charge $1 if you want to go stand on this plane."
Oh,
Do you guys think that should be allowed? Like to charge $1 ticket, but here, just go stand there like he's standing on the bus.
I'll do it. I
No,
do
but
it.
I also found out later that like that's not, or I don't know, because like no, it's still it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be financially responsible. Like they'd be losing money rather than
No,
them
I mean,
keep
yeah, I
pushing
don't.
it
Okay,
there.
even if it was $10, what about $10? And it's not. What if you weren't standing? So I've seen a lot of like these like concept arts where it's like, like those benches in like New York City like subway stations where they're just like slightly angled so you can like rest
Yeah.
your legs on it, but you're not like sitting. Something like
Yeah.
that. Would you guys do that for
No.
3-hour, 4-hour flights?
it's
No.
not would you? Is it even allowed in the first place? Because I'm pretty sure
there has to
like,
be so
based
much
off federal
regulations
regulations, like an
Say-
airplane is
say
not
they
allowed
allow
to
it.
take off. They're not allowed to take off unless they're in like that whatever, like the upright position, like sitting down.
Yeah.
And they have to
back-
fasten their
seat
seatbelts
can't
and
be up.
all that
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Right? Like, that's such a,
Like
I'm
you
thinking
can't
about this
stand
right.
and be on the runway. Like that's so.
it opens up that,
My
that
plane-
company to so much liability if those people are
100%.
standing
Yeah.
and they get injured
Yeah.
while standing while
Yeah.
doing takeoff.
Literally, like on the way back down to Atlanta, this last time I flew down, my plane flew directly through that big storm that was coming up the nor'easter.
Oh god.
The entire time. We were flying through the whole time. The turbulence wasn't bad, but it was just constant. So like we couldn't stand up the entire flight. Imagine you're sitting there, standing, and imagine
Sitting there
they come over to the
Imagine you're
oh,
sitting
yeah.
there
Yeah.
Good one, Ari.
Imagine you're sitting there.
Sitting there, standing.
Oh,
And then you hear over the loudspeaker.
Bro didn't even correct himself. He just continued the story, bro.
The captain comes on with his long ass and then he's like, by the way, we're gonna need you to fasten your seatbelts because we are experiencing some major turbulence. And then you're just standing there like holding on to the like top of the plane. Like what the fuck are you doing then? Like everybody's literally saying you have to sit down, you gotta buckle in. We're going through this massive storm. What are you doing? Like you're just standing
Yeah.
there?
so tell me this. Like I might have missed it before, but is this actually real? Don't tell me this is actually real, or is it just a concept that they're thinking about?
Guy, that's what they want to do. The CEO wants to do
It's
that.
not legal, bro. There's no way that's
It's
legal.
also like
Well,
the
I mean,
board won't let
that's
it
like
do
that's
that.
like something that's never happened. It could become legal. I don't
It
think it's
could
like
be.
a.
Who knows?
It's like
still not
it's
legal,
like
yeah.
right as of right
I'm sure
now.
there
It's
was a time where standing on a bus wasn't considered a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe.
like buses
That's a good
were
point.
buses were an interesting thing back in the day.
Hey, happy
Right, 'cause
MLK,
it's
guys.
Monday.
Happy MLK.
MLK,
Day.
happy MLK Junior Day.
I was gonna say though, like you were talking about the airline industry in general.
I am not
And-
touching that.
What happened?
What, you don't want to wish
You wanna
everyone a
say-
happy Martin
Yeah,
Luther
but
King
just
Jr.
say
Day?
it, man.
No,
Like, what's the big
not
problem?
that. I wish everyone a happy Martin Luther King. I'm talking about what Hrishi said.
Wait, I didn't even say anything bad. I'm just like I'm stating
Oh,
a
that's fine.
fact.
No,
Like
Nish, what are you
buses were a
saying?
problem back in the day.
All right, going back to
Wow, looks like Prem
airlines.
doesn't want to acknowledge the struggles of a certain group during that time period, man.
Okay.
Going back to airlines, I was gonna say it's crazy what the airline industry has become because like in the 1980s, probably 80 airline companies, maybe around there. Nowadays, 4 major airlines own 80% of the airline market. That's an
Yeah.
insane number.
Source.
Mergers,
That's the problem.
huh? What'd you say,
What's
Prem?
your source?
Okay,
Oh my
I could go find a source for you. You want me to find a
Bro,
source?
Prem was that one fucking kid in like the seminar in ELA when anytime you would like bring up anything, he's like, "Oh, well what's the source for that? What's the source for that?"
OpenMarketInstitutes.org,
Arjun?
BBC, CNBC, the National Air and Space Museum. All of them
Wow.
have that same exact line.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you fucking fuck.
But basically, it's crazy what the airline industry has become, and it's only getting worse with like so many mergers, acquisitions, bankruptcies in a lot of these large airlines. And like the airline industry is so heavily subsidized by the US government itself. And I think it's only going to get worse. Airline tickets, even though they're pretty cheap, honestly, right now, I think they're going to get more expensive over time due to the fact that we're reaching this like monopoly state. And you're bound to hit some like issues in this market.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe until teleportation's real, and then what are airplanes for?
Very true. Very true.
Hrishi, aren't you doing some startup AI shit with teleportation?
Yeah.
No, quit CS, go to physics. Quit CS, go to quantum
He
physics.
signed a
NDA.
Oh,
NDA.
NDA. Oh shit.
I
Sorry.
have to cut that out.
Yeah, we'll cut that out. We'll cut that out.
We'll cut that out.
Do you guys think teleportation is real?
Never gets cuts out.
Side note. Do you guys think it'll ever be real?
No,
Teleportation?
it's not possible. It's not
I don't
possible.
think it's possible.
I agree as well.
I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure
dude.
Neil deGrasse Tyson already talked about this. He said like you would need to perfectly replicate every atom in your body
Yeah.
into another position, like across the entire globe. Like it's not
Okay,
possible.
but what about it makes
Oh
it not
god,
possible?
Nishk and his hypotheticals, bro.
No, I'm not saying hypotheticals. I don't believe time travel into the past is
I think-
possible. But I think teleportation is possible.
Into the past. Into the past.
Well, time travel in the future is like possible, quote unquote.
It's called living, Nishk.
It's called living life. No, but I mean, like
Actually, it's hard to say, right? Because what do you think of when you think of teleportation? Because when we think of is like we see the shit on TV where you hop into like the little portal and it transports you something else, like somewhere else. But I don't. Have you guys heard of like quantum entanglement or like not really? At all?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've like, I read an article on this a couple months ago where like scientists were like kind of able to do teleportation, but it was kind of just like of like one particle, right? And it was just like how like a single particle in this location in the quantum realm or in the world of like in a subatomic world, a quantum particle here is affecting another quantum particle here, which
yeah,
Is he
but
snoring? Who's
okay,
snoring?
yeah, he's snoring. Wait,
Who do you think is
Who's snoring? Who's snoring? I'm coming for you.
Nobody.
Man, someone clearly didn't have his coffee, man.
yeah,
But
I know
like,
what
in
you're
terms
talking
of-
about.
Yeah.
I think that like teleportation on the easiest scale for humans to create, I think would just be find a good way to transport like atoms one by one quickly across some space and reconfigure them in the same way they came, right? And I think that is something that is possible. And like, or the other option is knowing the like atomic makeup of someone, recreating it from new material, and then just like deleting the old one, which is really scary to think about because if teleportation was real and like we created it that way, they'd create a copy of you with the same memory, same everything, and then the old you would just get like killed. And that's like a real like.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
obviously, I'm
Yeah.
not like I wouldn't be the first to jump in that shit, but
Yeah.
that is a theory
Okay.
of how we could create teleportation.
But here, before we leave this topic real quick, then I'm gonna pose like a hypothetical question, okay?
Yeah.
Like Oppenheimer's long lost great grandson calls you up. He's like, "Hey man, I'm working on this teleportation device in cahoots with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and we got a prototype working here. We think it's working. We've used it on an apple, and it sent the apple from New York to China. We need you to be the tester for humans on
Jesus
this.
Christ.
How much money would you need to test it out?
$1 billion.
$1,500 plus plus reimbursement
Plus
for my
reimbursement of your seat.
for my flight. Yeah.
I'd say just let me know.
that was good. That was good.
I'd say let me know when Boeing's about to give out their next plane's about to lose a door, and then I'll put some puts on it, and then you can send me. I think
Prem did
think
better,
my
man.
joke. Literally
Alright,
just
man.
repeated.
Sorry, man.
Wow.
But I think I don't think I ever would. Like
I wasted my poor connection for that, bro. Come on.
Prem, you wasted the entire
I-
episode with poor connection.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'd
damn.
probably say I'd probably say 100 million.
100 million.
$1 billion easily, man.
I'm not
There's no
doing that,
way
bro.
doing that for anything less than $1 billion.
I'm not doing that for anything. An apple is one thing, but recreating all your memories, recreating like an entire human anatomy is so different. You can like
But how do you? What if it just doesn't work? Like, what if it just like turns on and like it just fails to do anything? Like it just.
then you're not
doesn't-
getting
$1
paid.
billion
Then you're not
richer.
getting paid.
No. They just said you have to
They
come
paid.
here. We're gonna. You stand on this machine. We'll hit the button once. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna break
You're
in the night
taking that leap
before,
phase.
cut some wires, and then jump in the machine the next morning.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, $1 billion is changing my family's life, bro. Like, definitely, like, no one has to work a single day in their life.
Well-
Screw me, bro. Shit don't work. It's fine. I'm out. See ya. My family's chilling.
No, wait, yeah, okay, that's different. If the money still goes to someone, then it's different.
No, of course, yeah, I'd probably.
Yeah.
I don't
No, the
know.
money
then-
goes to whoever you want it to go to, no matter what.
Okay, then, I mean, if they got
Someone
me,
gets
like,
paid.
then give me a
Someone gets
billion.
paid.
Then give me a billion.
I'd say 100
All right, come on. What's the lowest amount you'll take? I'm saying. What's the lowest
yeah,
amount?
lowest
$1 billion.
amount. What's
Yes.
the lowest amount?
One
Wait,
billion is your
900
lowest.
What about 999,999,999
All right,
dollars?
bro.
Thank you.
There's a possibility that it could just mess up your brain completely from that entire like test, and you
Think
just
about
screwed for
your
life, bro.
brain. You
You
might just not
die,
exist.
Like,
Like
Yeah, it just might not exist. Exactly.
your life ends right there.
Yeah, so I might as well want to be set up for the rest of, if I even have a life at that point. Like 100 million is chump money for that, bro. 100 million is nothing, bro. What are you supposed to do with 100 million?
dude, he's gonna sell his startup for that much, man. I see you, Mr. Moneybags. So, Mr. Moneybags, tell me this then, since you have so much money on you. Say you're on a date, right? It's your first date with a person. Since you're Mr. Moneybags, apparently, who do you think should pay on the first date?
Well, I mean, chivalry
Not what
chivalry
you would
says
do,
me.
should.
Chivalry.
Chivalry says me.
Chivalry's dead. Chivalry's dead.
Chivalry-
Chivalry's dead.
Chivalry I can't say the word.
Chivalry.
Oh my God.
Chivalry. Shiver me timber.
Timbers have been
Anyways.
shivered.
It says me, but technically it's really whoever initiated like the date plan should probably pay. But
People say this. I think people say this and it's a cop out because realistically, it never happens.
yeah, but like it's a topic of what if it should. It's not going to happen. We know what's going to happen. It's already so simple. We know, in most scenarios in a date between a guy and a
Mhm.
girl, majority of the time the guy is paying, right? But
Okay.
do the guys want to pay every time? No. Some guys like to pay every time. Some guys believe you should split the bill. Some guys believe the girl should play. It depends on who's making the most money, financial situations at that time. Like if you're going on multiple dates, maybe you're investing into something in the future. It all depends on the scenario.
That's the thing, because you're saying the future. I think that's why for a first date, it should either be a split or whoever asked. I just think a split makes the most sense because say it's the first date, you have no idea if you're going to see them again. Like that means if you're a guy and you just take them out, if you're dating around, right? So you go on like 5 first dates in like a month or something, then you just paid for 5 different people who you might never want to see again.
But I think the
That,
investment
like-
is worth it. It's kind of all right. I'm not trying to sound nerdy, but this is like it's kind of like venture.
What's the
capital,
expected
right?
value?
Nerd.
What's the expected
Nerd.
value?
It's
the
kind of like
expected value of the
VC.
Nerd.
It's kind of like VC, right? You're investing in all these companies, and one is the one that's going to balloon, and it eventually outweighs all the other duds that you've had in investments.
So let me put this in perspective for
same-
anyone
it's the
who's
same
in the
logic.
future. Will anyone who's in a romantic interest with Prem Johnny in the future just know that he treats you like he does his companies. You and his companies are one and the same.
He means merged.
Finish.
Mergers and acquisitions.
Merged.
All right, Nish,
He's gonna acquire you.
as a taken man,
No,
as a
that's
taken
not-
man, what is
I'd
your
always-
take on this? Did
See,
you?
What happened for you on the first
My-
date? What was
my
your
first
experience
date-
with the first?
I believe my first date with Ashrigo, we actually just walked around Princeton the entire time. I don't think we ended up even spending money. Like I think
Bruh.
the entire time we just walked around Princeton.
That's smart. That's smart, actually.
But-
I think that's a good idea.
But also the thing is like I've known Ashrigo before that, so it wasn't like this was like my first time meeting her. Like we didn't need to like sit down and do anything. We were just talking. But now that I'm in a relationship, it's definitely now that I'm deeper into the relationship, it's a lot more like I'll just pay for something in full, and then sometimes she'll pay for something in full. And if it's like really
Mhm.
big, if it's like some huge expense, which very rarely happens, then she'll like just Venmo me. But I do make
Yeah.
money, so I kind of am able to like cover a lot more. But
Also-
it's like something.
Also,
I'm
we're at a
missing
stage
now.
now in our life where like we're growing into like adults, and we're like growing into people where I think you should take responsibility and like kind of own those experiences and pay as a man. Because like at the end of the day, I feel like
But why is
most-
that our responsibility?
I mean, again, it's preference. For me, I think it's not even a responsibility. I think I would want to do it. Like Hrishi said, some guys like to pay. I think I'm one of those people because for me, it's just that like this is something that I kind of want to do to kind of show my affection or show my care.
Show
Right?
your ownership.
Yeah.
Show his
I
ownership.
have an interesting point on that. Interesting turn.
Show his stake in the company. Show his stake.
Show
in
his
the company.
stake. Buy a share. Buy a share.
Because to be honest, wait, what are you getting back in return? You're getting like, if possibly, loyalty from a girl, and in this day and age, loyalty from a girl is like very, very unlikely. Like very, very.
Oh
unlikely.
damn! We're about
So,
to become
Who broke
fresh.
your heart, bro? Who broke your heart, bro? Shit.
I'm talking like in terms of like it could be a good investment into the future, and it could maybe work out. So
But see, here's the
invest
thing.
early, get into it early, and maybe
Hey yo! Hey yo!
What?
Whoa!
What?
oh shit!
Hey
I swear.
Yeah.
I swear I didn't mean it like that.
Here's
but
the
you
thing,
guys
though,
understand.
Hrishi.
No. He meant what he said.
He wants to
Let me-
acquire early, I guess.
Let me counter your point here. If it takes money to buy a woman's loyalty, is she truly loyal to you?
That's not. But
No.
but you know that's not what I
It's
meant.
not about loyalty.
You know
That's
that's
not
not
what he
what I
meant,
That's
though.
No,
only
but he
part
said
of
it's
it.
about loyalty. He said it's about loyalty.
didn't
He
say
said
that.
I'm saying it's
He's saying the
Hrishi.
future. He's saying future loyalty.
In the
Okay, Nish. Think about you're setting up the expected value formula, right? You have like the probability
God.
that they are loyal,
probability
and then
mass
the probability
function
that they aren't. You
times-
know?
yes,
Exactly.
got it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
Oh.
he's going off that probability.
But you're
of future
forgetting.
loyalty.
But you're forgetting what values lie in each of those two buckets.
Nishk,
If it
Nishk,
takes
Nishk,
the
Nishk.
money to create that loyalty,
Okay, a counterpoint to that.
Kanye said it
If you-
best. She a gold digger.
Shut up. If you're willing to pay all these different times, and I know I'm saying invest like it's a bad thing, but it is almost like an investment. It also shows that you're able
told
to
you.
do the small things, helps you build trust, and not make
100%.
not say stupid stuff like you're saying right now, bro. Like why are
Well,
you
no,
making me
I
look
mean,
like the
I'm
bad
also on your
guy?
side. I'm also on your
Like,
side.
like,
I'm
you just
playing
want me
devil's
to you
advocate.
just want to make me look like the bad guy right now.
No, I'm on your side. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I think that I am like pro guys can pay on the first date, but it's also like there's a culture shift going on, and it's like
There's a culture shift.
on one side it's like guys should keep paying for the first date, while also women are like wanting like if women are making the same as men, they should be paying dates.
we're not going into that conversation.
okay, we're
No,
not gonna-
No, I'm not
We're
saying
not
I'm not
going
saying
to
that. I'm saying if you believe that like men should be the ones paying on every date, and then you also believe like we should be an equal in every other way, then dates
Right.
should be equal as well. I'm not saying like what's going on
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
economic
yeah,
and political state of the world right now, but
it's crazy how such a rational like argument is just weird these days. You know, like that's such a like it makes so much sense. Both people ate.
both people talked.
Both people ate. Both people talked. Like
Dude, this world
They
is
did it.
soft. The world is soft. It's all that is, bro. Like you say one wrong thing and it's just cancel culture at this point.
You know what soft
You're
times
just killing
create?
us all.
oh god, shut the fuck up.
The
Soft
infamous
times create soft men.
But
Prem, not a fan.
Soft men create hard times.
Hard
Prem,
time.
this is like your forte, man.
No,
Wait, what did you say?
I know this.
Hard, he said hard times create. He said hard times create hard men.
Tough men, like strong men. You know?
Strong man, yeah, man. Keep it rock on.
Oh, I just realized what I said. Oh fuck.
If Prem actually moves his head, you'll see behind him those pillars are written right behind his head.
It's in my room back home.
All right, guys. So I think to wrap up here, pretty much what we're saying: buy the dip, buy in early, and we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll check you out next week. Follow all of our socials. Peace.
Peace out, guys.
Peace, boys and girls.